Okay, now we're moving into eyeshadow. Remember, we've got our really light, our medium, and our darker color. We're gonna start with the light color. Remember, light colors move forward and dark colors move back. So what I want to do is use a little bit of the light color here on her brow bone. You can kind of see how I'm drawing that in there and then blending it in. She's got a little bit of concealer and her crease is there. So her brow bone is coming forward. Then I'm going to take some of the light color and put it into the corner of her eye. And I'm going to bring it across her eyelid a little bit. There's a term called a doe-eyed look, and it means that the eye looks really soft and open. And when we put the light color on the inside of the eye, an eyelid like this, that's what we get, and we love that. Go ahead and open for me, Emma. All right, now we're going to take our medium color, and I just took a little bit, and I want to take a Kleenex and pat it off a little bit. And what I'm going to do, you're going to see me use my thumb here to kind of lift her eyebrow a little bit. All that does is straighten out her eyelid a little bit. We can see right here is the crease of her eyelid. And I'm going to take my brush and just above that crease, just above it, and if I draw a line straight up from the outside of her lashes, I'm going to pat from the outside in, over and over like that. And I'm going to concentrate most of the pigment on the outside, like that. So if I let go, that's what it looks like. I'm going to take just a little more and pat it off. Now what I'm going to do is come from this outside line down to the edge of her lashes. Okay, now that I've patted that in there, I'm going to take a little bit more off of my brush. I'm going to do some swirlies, and I call this the windshield wiper technique. And I'm going to bring it just so it's just across the outside of her lashes. Okay, look, that's beautiful. Now what I'm going to do, you can stay right there, Matea. So this is an example, another example of a matte color. It's got a little bit of pink to it. It's a brownish pink. You could go lighter and pinker if you wanted to, or even just a tiny, tiny bit of purple, really soft. I'm going to tap it off on my tissue. Go ahead and close for me. And I'm just going to flick it from this sideways V across the outside of her lid, so that I'm keeping the inside half or even 2/3 still that lighter color. And I'm going to dab off my brush and do the little windshield wiper technique. Swish, 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 swirl, swirl, swirl. And that will help us blend. Even out the other side. There we go, that's beautiful. All right, next, eyeliner. I've got a brown eyeliner. This is a water-resistant eyeliner rather. The reason I like to use pencils is I have more control than if I'm using a wet liquid eyeliner. You can use a gel with a brush. I'm just going to use a pencil today. And what we're going to do for our stage at Hale Center Theater Orem, our audience is so close to us. And what I like to do, I start in the center and I move outwards. And as I move outwards, I make it just a little bit thicker. And I'm not going to do a winged eyeliner or a cat eye, but I'm just going to flick it up just like that. Just so it's almost like it's like a thin lash that comes up like that. And that's it. And then I'm going to come back this other direction, really close to her lash line, in tiny, tiny little strokes. Our audience is so close to us at Hale Center Theater Orem. We don't need a lot of makeup. The technology with the lighting and how close our audience is, we don't need a ton of makeup. There are characters that definitely call for a lot of makeup, but our general look for our theater is pretty basic makeup with a lot of neutral colors. All right, go ahead and open for me, Emma. That is perfect. Okay, so the next step to this, I've got dark brown eyeshadow, and I've got an eyeliner brush. It can be a little straight eyeliner brush. This is an angle brush. You can use a rounded tip, whatever works for you. I'm going to dab some powder in it, and what I'm going to do now is press it over the eyeliner, and that does two things. It sets the liner into place with the powder, but it also blends it a little bit so it's not such a harsh line. Just like that. Perfect. Then what I'm going to do, because with our stage and our lighting and with how close we are and how hot you're going to get, I'm going to ask you to just use either a very small amount of brown liner or some shadow powder. No mascara on your lower lashes, just so we don't get any running. Go ahead and look up for me. And all I'm going to do, oh, little tip here, I am not going to what we call close her eye by bringing the eyeliner or this shadow right up to that space. We're going to keep it down under her lash line. Just like that. I'm going to concentrate it on the outer 2/3 of her eye. When we look here, we've got a space of skin tone right here in between. That's going to help keep her eye open. We like that. Okay, go ahead and pause for me, Matea. Thank you.